Hello friends, my name is Matthias Bayer. In this season of the coronavirus pandemic, I've been thinking a lot about fear and how it relates to the meaning of Easter. At its best, our fears allow us to prepare for danger and to do what we need to do to ensure our survival. At its worst, our fears become like a balloon sitting atop our nose and blocking the vision of the beauty of the world and threatening our physical, psychological, social, and spiritual survival. Fear then is oppressive and preoccupies us so much that we can't connect with ourselves, with others, or with the world. The message of Easter is an answer to this kind of absolute fear. The kingdom of God, or as I like to call it in a post-monarchical world, the home of God, is like a needle that pops the balloon of fear. The Easter story uses the metaphor of the stone rolled away, opening the tomb in which fear condemns us to death, to not mattering, and to insignificance. Our absolute fears turn life into a grave. In contrast, Easter is the message of a God who permeates the entire finite existence with rays of an infinite love and meaning that opens our vision and infuses us with a spirit of aliveness and passion. The message of death and resurrection of Easter is a very profound one. Our spirit is capable of magnifying fear or trust to absolute levels. Fear can magnify everything that reminds us of our finitude: pain, sickness, loss. And foremost, it can make us interpret the very fact that one day we will die as a sure sign that we ultimately don't matter, are insignificant and worthless. That fear can also turn the very idea of God into an absolutely frightful and capricious figure. Jesus popped the balloon of fear. Most importantly, he popped the balloon that God is a narcissistic, punishing, and distant macho in the style of a detective, prosecutor, relentless judge, or emperor. Jesus popped the balloon of fear through the attitude of an absolute trust and love that characterized him as a person, because he discovered himself as absolutely wanted and loved by God. His way of relating engendered a deep sense of trust and love. He embodied the spirit of aliveness and passion that dispel the all-powerfulness of the balloon of our fears. He himself did not give in to the fear that wanted him to betray those who had glimpsed the God of unconditional love and acceptance. Because such a God pops the balloon of all the oppressive forces inside and outside, that is why Jesus was killed. And that is also why his attitude and message became so powerful to change the course of humankind. I have to add, in parenthesis here, that this is also the reason why his message has been co-opted so many times throughout history in an attempt to neutralize it. But that is for another occasion. The message of Jesus is clear. With the eyes of God, each of us can discover ourselves as a miracle every day. When we let the message in that God trusts, wants, and loves us for the miracle we are, then we can learn to pop the balloon of all the forces that feed off of fear. Be they oppressive dynamics of self-loathing inside us or oppressive dynamics of injustice outside of us. We may not necessarily be able to control what others do or what fears may pop up in our minds, but supported by the vision of God that we're all miracles, like the lilies on the field, or the birds singing their songs in blooming spring trees, or lovers sharing intimate dances that balance closeness and distance, we can decrease in our spirit the significance and the impact of these fears and nurture a sense of trust in the goodness and fullness of our existence, others' existence, and of the world. The tomb is empty. The stone is rolled away. The balloon of fear is popped. The home of God is full of trust, abundance, and love, and welcomes every and each creature. In that spirit, I wish you a joyous and passion-filled Easter.